were noticing some of the stuff around my studio, and you pointed to this Joakim Noah poster that I have. Yeah, I'll show you. It's you were actually at Florida.
That's
when
right.
He was winning the championships there.
That's right. No, I was at the University of Florida. I want to say from 2007 to 2011. So that's how you know how old I am now. I think I mentioned it earlier, but yeah. So I was there for I think it was back-to-back basketball titles.
Yeah.
And or maybe there's a year gap, and then same time as Tim Tebow. And I love Joakim Noah. I love that team too.
Yeah.
Al Horford was on that team.
Oh yeah, Corey
Brewer was on that team. Corey Brewer was one of my faves too. I just loved his personality.
Yeah.
It was just an amazing time. I remember he was like, Joakim Noah was like so bombastic on the court, with the hair and everything, and just like really getting in people's face and stuff like that.
Yep. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you hate him.
100%.
Yeah.
And then moving to Chicago myself, and then having him play for the Bulls felt amazing.
Yeah.
Going to some Bulls games and seeing him there. And we were just talking earlier about how he's a good dude. He's got like this personality. Sometimes it rubs people the wrong way, which is understandable. But at the end of the day, with the Noah's Ark Foundation and the work he's getting in there, he's trying to like. I feel like the way he probably views basketball is similar to how we're talking about improv here.
Yeah,
exactly. We just need a ball.
Yeah.
We need some hoops.
Yep.
And we could, if we just have if we put in the work to just put the structure in here, we could probably get kids to like, build bonds and, be healthy and stuff like that,
Exactly. I wanted to point out that I've got behind me, there is you see half a cardboard stand up that's it's actually of Sammy Sosa. It is it says it's a Pepsi ad, Batazo de Sabor.
Yeah, big bat of flavor.
Big bat of flavor. I always wondered what it said. I've got so I was a big Sammy Sosa fan as a Cubs fan, and somehow my mom found this ad, this stand-up cardboard ad that as she gave to me, and has traveled with me to several apartments, and now it's actually it broke down and split in two. So now I've got the back. Yeah,
I love it though.
The bottom half of it right here. The front half of Sammy greets you at the door, and then the bottom half is blocking out the sun. So from the window, for the back of my studio here.
What was Sammy Sosa's like personality like? Like you probably. I was alive. I was like a kid during the Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa stuff.
Sure.
I thought they were both amazing personalities, and I love that they had like their unique. They seemed like they were friends too.
Yeah, they got along, at least for the cameras while they were in the chase. To Sammy doing the kiss and the jump and all that.
That was such a fun time in baseball.
Yeah,
and obviously
great.
There's the juicing stuff and everything.
It all came tumbling down, but
it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, exactly. We enjoyed the ride. Yeah. It's so you've I do want to mention you're also on TikTok, Bilingual Improv
That's
School,
right.
if you want to follow that. It's and no experience necessary. It is it's just a nice thing you want to do. You want to take a I compare it sort of the classes to. I often compare improv to like adult kindergarten for 3 hours. Like if you're just getting started, if you're not, you don't have to be serious about taking it, being a lifer,
being a comedian or anything.
Right, exactly. I think one of the most important things is you put your phone away for 3 hours. And
disconnect.
You're just talking to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think another way that I think about it is like literally just party games.
Yeah.
Like literally like, hey, have you done, what's it called? Pantomime or like, what are some other party games? I'm thinking of.
Yeah, like charades.
Exactly, charades.
Yeah.
Imagine just learning like a bunch of games like that.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're doing.
Exactly.
And the stakes couldn't be lower.
Right.
Like it's and that's one of my my pet peeves with the improv community in general.
Yeah.
Is it seems because we're in Chicago. It's because we're like we have the context of like one of us might be on SNL one day and blah blah blah,
right.
which some do, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But like for the 99% of us that aren't, there's plenty of reasons to do this outside of that, you know?
Yes.
For nothing else than just honestly building the friendships and connections, you know?
Yeah, it's pure joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going and catching a show at the Western,
Exactly.
CIC Theater, or Logan Square. It's just
it's a great community.
I mean, oh man, absolutely.
And
everybody's so positive
and supportive, and authentic too. You know, it's not just like superficial. Like all my best friends that I've ever met in my life at this point have been through improv. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
it's it's a beautiful thing that we have here in the city. But yeah, so it's bilingualimprov.com. Rudy Mendoza.
Bilingualimprovschool.com.
Bilingual Improv.
I've been trying to buy bilingualimprov.com. It's somebody, there's a guy who wrote a book or like a manual for bilingual improv, but instead of Spanish and English, it was like Chinese and English.
Oh, okay. So
which is amazing.
Yeah.
But he hasn't updated the website since like 2014 or something like that.
Sure. Just so you're trying to get a hold of them.
Let me. I'll take it from here. You know.
Right. Yeah, but bilingualimprovschool.com.
That's right.
And you can sign up there or find out more information.
Absolutely. See a show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I just want to say also like for these classes, what's really unique about these classes is the kinds of people you may have taken an improv class before.
Yeah.
But have you taken an improv class with like a construction worker who's like 55 years old, you know, and he's literally just like looking to just like get some public speaking out there, you know, or like a college student who's like who's got a trip to like Mexico planned and is just looking for a place to practice, you know?
Right. And those can be some of the most fun scenes that you do, you know, or just 100%.
Interactions or just playing with different people from different backgrounds, you know, and like finding connections with folks that you normally would never be in the same room, you know, with these folks or like interacting with. So
yeah, and like you say, one of your favorite moments is when you see somebody come out of their shell, and you emphasize a lot of, and also there's a part of improv where you're really going to learn everybody's names.
Absolutely.
So like you practice that, and that's part of building a bond with somebody is learning their name.
Being able to make eye contact, you know, like, and that's becoming a more and more rare thing too, which is so crazy. I wanted to highlight one student I have, her name's Evie Cato.
Okay.
She's a Puerto Rican grandma, They grew up in Humboldt Park.
Nice.
And is taking improv class with us, you know?
You go.
Like normally you would see somebody like her daughter in an improv class, you know, but she's in here and having like a great time. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah. And you also like another thing I like that you do in your classes is at the end everybody circles up and we do it quickly because we're adults and you just kind of you try to say something nice that everybody did. You go around the circle like and for maybe somebody that doesn't get compliments all the time is like, oh really, I didn't realize I'm good at that, or I didn't realize that made you laugh, or that made you smile, or you like that. It can be a real a warm fuzzy as you walk out the door and back to the daily grind.
100%. Yeah, we call it the kudos circle.
Yeah,
and it's a real simple thing. Yeah. You know, and what's crazy is I've been doing it now for like 7 or 8 years. I make a point to like always do it if we can. Like very rare occasions will I not do it. Because and I describe it as the most important exercise you do in the class.
Sure.
Because it's your way of like making a strong connection, you know.
Yeah.
And like the next time you are on stage with that person, you know, they're gonna hopefully, you know, remember how you made them feel. Right.
That's
in the class. Right. And that you supported them and you made them feel good and you saw them, you know, saw what they contributed to class. And maybe they're a little bit more likely, you know, to take a risk on stage or to go a little bit further or be a little bit more vulnerable with their character choices. Right.
Yeah.
The worst kind of improv is two people who just don't trust each other like off stage, you know, and they're trying to like
what's gonna happen when we get off stage?
Exactly.
Are they gonna criticize me? Are they gonna take me down?
Exactly. That's like the most toxic kind of environment to do improv in.
Yes.
And so the idea is like, can we can we get that as much out of that out of the room?
Yeah.
You know, from day one.
Yeah.
But you know, like with the level 1 class, right? There's nothing stopping anyone from taking a level 1 improv class. You know, there's no application.
Yeah.
They weren't approved to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anyone out the street with a couple $100 could just come and take the class, right?
Perfect.
And this, the reason I bring it up is like, there's like a little bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Right? To doing like a kudos circle.
Yeah.
You don't know. Maybe there's a bad apple in the bunch who's going to like say something nasty or kind of backhanded or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
Even though I say this is about positivity and supporting each other, and you know, you never know.
Yeah.
And it literally has never happened.
Good.
It's never, I've never seen it happen.
Yeah.
Where someone like takes advantage of the situation and says something nasty or backhanded compliments or something, you know?
Yeah. Hey. It's you've cultivated a happy place. So,
but I'm curious, when you did it for the first time, were you scared or like how did you feel like as it was going around the circle and approaching you? How did you?
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, part of it. I guess I was trying to. I guess in my head, I'm trying to think about, okay, I want to say something to everybody or have something to say to everybody, you know, and remember their good things. So then by the time it gets to you, you know, you just hope that you get it. just like, you know, all right, let's not focus on me for too long and let's keep the circle moving. But no, mostly it's, you know, like you said, everybody, you get surprised by somebody. Really, oh, you picked up on that. I didn't even realize that anyone would notice that. That's really cool. So yeah, it's all just a very happy experience.